What's the difference between being healed by Jesus and being healed by a doctor? What's the difference? This thing I want to say now is very powerful. That will help somebody here. Because it actually helped. This was what the Lord said that led me to that 3 hours prayer. This one. He said it yesterday. I was just walking on the way when he said it. Was this thing I heard, and I said, okay, let me go and pray first. Let me go. It was this thing. What's the difference between being healed by Jesus and being healed by a doctor? What's the difference? Both of them, okay. Be very brief in 1 minute. Okay. Okay, she said being healed by Jesus, you'll be perfect. But being healed by a doctor is not perfect because you need to keep coming for checkup. All right. She works in the hospital, so let's take that as a yes. But let me just add more to it. If a doctor heals you, that sickness is gone. Hopefully. That is, if he does it well, that sickness is gone. So if you have another sickness, you should book another appointment with the doctor. But when Jesus comes to heal you, after healing that sickness, he drops a measure of life into you. So anytime another sickness now comes, because he has come that time, what you need to do is go to the present and steer that life. That life, when you stay long in the presence, that life will not begin to diffuse into your system and go to that place where that sickness is, and it will kill it. So you don't need to book another appointment. That life, when any other sick, for instance, about 6, 7, or 8 years ago, I had issues. I just felt something in my heart, and I think my liver has issue. I was just thinking because of what I felt. So I slept, and Jesus came. Jesus. So when he came, he was putting on the white lab coat. And a nurse was, I think maybe 2 of them, they followed him. He was putting on their stethoscope, and they followed. I saw myself on the bed. Now, the first person that followed him was holding a white nylon. And in that white nylon, I saw a lot of livers in the nylon. Blood were there. Not dry liver. I mean liver with blood, fresh blood. So he came, he stood, he collected the bag from the nurse, and he said, did like this. He said, pick one. So I pointed to one. Then the operation started. Well, it was when my faith ended that the operation ended. I just praise God that they have done the closing. Otherwise, I would have been in trouble by now. Now, he was not telling me, he said, I came that time. I said, yes. Now, see. When I left with a measure of life. I said, okay, I don't know. He said, I left with one life. Okay. He now said, anytime you feel sick, go and steer that life that I left. So I don't need to come again. That life is potent enough to kill that sick part of your body. How many of you have had the experience of Jesus coming to do something like healing on you? How many of you? Okay. That's the difference. If Jesus is the one that came to heal you, he will not leave your system without dropping a measure of life. And that life, if you are wise enough to steer the life, it will kill any other form of sickness that is coming. Do you understand what I'm saying? And for you, steering that life can be, there are different ways of steering the life. You can steer. For me now, what you said is prayer. Just you pray to steer. For you, it may not be prayer, it may just be study of the word. It may be giving. Sacrificial giving. When you fall sick and you give give a very terrible giving that will affect you, that thing will go. But for me, it is prayer. Are you getting what I'm saying?